welcome to another episode of Tabi 204. Today we'll be discussing MassHire's new grants and financial opportunities that they're providing to students of DHS. Here I'm meeting with Justin Grota to discuss what MassHire is, what they do, and how they can benefit you. So my first question, could you explain what MassHire is, like what it does in general?
Sure. Tabi, I want to thank you for having me on your show today.
Thank you.
And again, my name is Justin Grota. I'm the Director of Youth Operations for the Greater New Bedford Workforce Board. A big thing about what we do is we apply to a lot of grants that come from multiple different funding sources. That would be sources from state, federal, or local municipal governments.
Okay.
We have multiple grants and programs and internships that literally stem from these programs, which brings us here today. One of which is Connecting Activities, which I've worked with your amazing department in the Media Center here at Dartmouth High School. Very impressed with what you guys have accomplished and the product you guys put out. But that's a big part of Connecting Activities, where we can lend supports, whether that's services, extra sources for curriculum, trainings, even for field trips or internships. So a vast multitude of youth we're able to serve depending upon the different funding stream we're pulling upon.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you've described like internships and other forms of support. Could you elaborate on that a bit?
Absolutely. So for example, with your high school, Dartmouth High, if the student body or staff were interested in doing a field trip, pulling in maybe some folks for enriching their curriculum, like live speaker events, in-classroom trainings, even certification-based trainings, those are some of the things that we're able to allocate funds to and provide supports.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So how do students participate in these programs? Like, how do they get involved in what MassHire is offering?
Absolutely. Great question, Tabi. So one really great program that we have that's about to kick off is called the YouthWorks Summer Program.
Oh, I have heard of that. The
Yeah.
guidance offices have heavily advertised that during these last few months.
So that's a big part of it, where the schools, all 12 of our schools in our service delivery area, hand in hand work with MassHire to get the word out to the student body. From there, with this summer internship program that's actually paid, we're able to release a simple application. It's as simple as that. There's an interest survey that's attached to the process, where the program itself, over the course of the summer, we have so many different community partners.
Wow.
It's quite a robust program, to tell you the truth.
It seems like it. It seems very multi-layered and
Oh,
multifaceted.
it certainly is, and the different types of internships on top of that range greatly. We have,
like what?
For example, we have the IT department in New Bedford schools. We have zoos, water parks. We have businesses in real estate,
Wow.
finance. So it's really a great opportunity to explore potentially where you're fit in this world may
so
be
it kinda
career-wise.
helps you like figure out what does and doesn't interest you while getting paid to do so.
Absolutely. Versus if
Okay.
you wanted to jump into like a starter job. I remember when I was at high school age, people ask, well, what do you want to do with the rest of your life? That's a really hard question to ask.
Very true.
So the beauty and spirit of this program is to show what's out there. What are those hidden gems with employment, right? Versus your starter jobs that I remember I used to do, like mowing grass, or you working for fast food, or you're doing deliveries. This actually allows a back door into specific industry sectors that most youth that are earlier in age wouldn't necessarily have access to.
Okay, so it's like opening doors to what a career in XYZ industry is really like.
That's exactly it, Tabi.
So you can make that pocket money that you would make from another like unspecified job, such as like mowing lawns, scooping ice cream, etc., but you can also gain some connections as well, I presume,
Absolutely.
with people in the industry you're looking at.
That hit it home right there. That's truly the spirit of the program, Tabby, where, for example, many youth that go through this program, they build that relationship. It's really a perfect marriage between community partners that are employers and youth interns, where the community partners in these businesses, they're getting free labor. On top of that, the youth, they're actually getting free work experience. But on the same token, through this marriage and this ability to build a mentoring relationship between people that own these businesses, in many cases after the summer, some of these youth are hired. So.
And it's a perfect first step to getting hired.
Yes.
Very true. I just have one slightly unrelated question. You said that these internships are paid, but those organizations are getting free labor. Who's paying said interns?
Excellent question. So technically, all youth that enroll into the internship program are considered a MassHire employee, and then we place them into the community, and that's where they get their work experience. But yes, in fact, we handle the insurance, the billing, all of that. So,
wonderful.
Yeah.
So how is MassHire getting more specifically involved with DHS? I've heard this organization's providing grants and just money in general to kind of enhance our, after school programs. Could you tell us a bit about that?
Oh, absolutely. Well, with Dartmouth High School, along with all of the 12 high schools that we participate with and partner with, we can fund a lot of different field trips. I know you guys had a wonderful field trip and saw the what was it? Was it the CNN Media Center, or I may be mistaken?
It was a major media center. I didn't get to go to that one, but it was, I believe, NBC.
Yes.
And Emerson College tour. Yes, we go everywhere.
Absolutely incredible. So field trips like that, we're able to help assist fund. I know transportation's always a concern when dealing with youth and field trips.
Very true.
We can get public speakers, people that are already vested in a certain industry sector, and get them in their real professional testimony here in the school and interface with youth.
Wonderful.
So as long as it's connected to workforce development, career exploration, somehow it's building upon the curriculum youth are working on in the school, that's something that part of my job is working within the 4 to 5 different grants we have available. I can find how these little projects can be eligible, and that's where the fund comes in for me.
Okay. So this money is, if I'm hearing you correctly, mostly for enrichment in the job searching sector of high school, and the inspiration into different professions, livelihoods, areas of study.
Yes, you're quite right.
Wonderful. So we can use this money for field trips and, programs such as this. And
professional development, resume.
What do you mean by professional development exactly?
So professional
Could you define that a bit?
Absolutely. That would pretty much come from a lot of our in-school, in-classroom offerings that we have. So some of those may include resume building, interview skills, job search, right? This day and age, it's a lot different.
Exactly. A lot of high schools have that in high demand, but they don't really provide much of it.
Right. So we come from an area of support, and we're trying to bridge that gap between, we have education, and then we have the pursuit and the next process towards either post-secondary or finding a job, right? Or maybe in between, a part-time job as you're pursuing your next steps into your career development.
Very true.
So a big part of what we do. Some other classroom topics may include interview skills, soft and hard skills, right? Job etiquette skills. So there's a lot of building upon one's professional self. We have leadership training,
wonderful,
team collaboration activities. We support career fairs. So there have
been a lot of those here recently.
Yeah.
Could you talk a bit more about like soft and hard skills? I know you mentioned that very briefly.
Yes.
What are those?
So a hard skill would be, for example, that would be an actual tangible skill that is learned, right? So then you have soft skills. That's kind of like oh my God, how you are better able to interact with people, and that kind of comes into play with job etiquette and such
Okay,
things
that
like
makes
that.
sense.
So,
And just
yeah.
kind of how to navigate the workforce that we are
Yeah.
all starting to enter.
Right.
Okay. So, can funding be used for like technical equipment as well in like the job enriching sector?
Oh, absolutely. Technical equipment, additional trainings for youth, but not only just the student body, but if staff are seeking to broaden their education base so they can give
Wow.
back to the school.
So it's really enriching the entire school as a
That's
whole
right.
and as a community.
That's right.
Wow, so this money is definitely going to be very well used and very well received.
Yep.
So, if you could choose one thing off the top of your head, what would you want us to put the money for? Like anything specific, any specific program, or anything that inspired you, particularly when you were high school age?
Okay, I like that question. So, I'll tell you, I remember getting that question 17, 18 years old, and the question was, what do you want to do for the rest of your life?
We all get that a lot.
Oh my, and it's certainly a tough question to ask, or
Certainly.
better yet, answer. With that, I would say the whole career exploration component would be most helpful when looking in retrospect at me at age 17, and finding those hidden gems, and being able to have more of an in-depth lens of what is out there as far as career paths. So what I would suggest is youth take advantage of the YouthWorks summer internship program.
Definitely.
And on top of that, Dartmouth High School, if any of you students are interested in an extension of that program for the year round during school, we can actually hone in on what type of career path are you really looking for. And a big part of the program is attaching a industry recognized certification to further build up your resume
Oh, wow.
and your job marketability.
So it's like building upon hard skills, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Okay, and really beefing up students' resumes and showing them how to get from point A to point B to point C in their careers.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. So thank you so much for assisting us here at Dartmouth High School, and we will look forward to an ongoing collaboration with MassHire of Greater New Bedford. Again, I'm Tabitha Cabral Elliott, and this is Tabi 204, and this is Justin Grota from MassHire. That's a wrap, but I will see you on the next episode. Thank you.